Hey guys, welcome back to Supercar Street Racing, and we are taking a look at my old 15-year-old racing videos. This is part 2 of a I don't know how many part series until we get through all of them, so let's take a look today on Supercar Street Racing. Guys, welcome back to part 2 of me reacting to my 15-year-old racing videos on YouTube. Now, all of these videos were shot with my single turbo Supra, 1990 3.5 hardtop Supra with a single turbo that made anywhere from 600 to the wheels to almost 815 to the wheels. And I think we got some bangers today because I have a few of them already pulled up for you. So let's start with this one. So this one says Street Racing bolt-on Ford Cobra, and it doesn't even make sense what it says, which is hilarious. It says bolt-on Ford Cobra and even compete with 67mm single turbo Supra. I guess I have to fix that. But let's take a look and see. And actually, this is my buddy Leo's car, and he was the guy on YouTube that had the car sounds with your mouth video that was really famous. But let's see. Oh, actually, no, this is Tony's Cobra. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, I had to replace the music in this one. Let's see what happens here. So there's my old 67mm setup. And there's no audio because I had to remove the music. This is before YouTube started doing all the copyright stuff. But I spun hard on that one, it looks like. Interesting. Looks like we got a good start on this one against each other. Back in the day, those Cobras were pretty stout with just like pulleys and a tune and all that. Looks like I pulled them on that one pretty good. That's the Dames Point Bridge, I can tell already with those cables. So it looks like he pulls out a little bit on me, and I never get it back, and I missed 5th gear as well. I wish this had the audio. I remember it was really good, but YouTube said something about copyright, and I just had to replace everything. Yeah, the car would definitely, on the top end, it would usually get everybody, you know. So it looks like I pulled on it pretty good there. And I think that was it. I think John, my buddy John with the Evo, was actually recording this. And if we go back and look at this video again. So yeah, this car was making around 490 to 500 wheel horsepower, so not a slouch at all at the time. So I only had about 100 more wheel horsepower. I believe I was on pump gas at that time, but yeah, pretty interesting video. A lot of these Cobras back in the day wanted to run me. Now we have this next one that says old school chromed out Gixxer 750 versus 950 single turbo Supra. And I remember this one. So this bike was a Gixxer 750 SRAD. They're not anything crazy powerful, but I remember this. I actually had someone had a good camera for this race. So let's take a look and see if make sure there's no copyrighted music or anything on this guy. All right, so this next one I remember, and I had to start this over because it has some profanity in it, but this is actually a 750 SRAD, so not anything super fast. And I do remember we had a decent camera for this, but of course, downloading these videos from YouTube, the quality has come down quite a bit. But I just cut out like 30 seconds worth of solid curse words because I know I'll get nicked on the advertising revenue. But let's see what happens here when my 67mm Supra takes on this modded Gixxer 750 SRAD here. Make sure we stop it at the end in case there's profanity. Looks like we got 3 bikes tagging along here too. I don't remember this. There we go. So it looks like we're just going from a roll. I don't know what speed we're doing. Yeah, it was hard for a bike that wasn't at least a liter, you know, size to pull that car. So yeah, so just a little bit of a bike racing video there, which is pretty cool. Now this one, I remember this, like, okay, so in Pasadena, I believe this was, my buddy lived in Pasadena, somewhere in LA, and this is my buddy's car and my car parked right next to each other. There was this turboed I think it was a 350Z, and he actually called me out, and we both videotaped it, and then afterwards he talked a lot of smack about the race, saying that he beat me and all this other stuff. It was ridiculous. It wasn't even really a race, but let's check it out.
Come again. You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
This is actually my buddy's Supra.
Huh? You pooped in the refrigerator.
Yeah, we probably can't even have that in there.
I need NOS. No. My car topped out at...
Ah, no, this is just my buddy's Supra. This is not the guy with the... Or maybe it is the guy with the 350 later on. This is my buddy's Supra with stop fuel and a single. Still pretty stout. Again, the video quality is absolutely terrible. Yeah, there's some cursing in this we're going to have to go past. It's actually a 350Z. I don't know why I put 300ZX, mistake. Yeah, so I can't play this part because it's got tons of profanity, but... This is my buddy racing the 350Z Turbo. And then me versus my buddy in his Supra. Stock fuel, I think he had like a 67 millimeter. Can't remember. I gave him the hit on this one. I'd say we're about 150 to 200 wheel horsepower difference. There we go again for round 2. I don't know what comes up at the end, but yeah, we're not going to go ahead and make that profanity happen. Alright, so this is a TransAm. I'm trying to see. Yep, music was replaced on this one too. This is a pretty quick TransAm running 150 shot, so. Yeah, all these videos I had to remove this had Du Hast on it. I remember this specifically, being upset about having to remove the audio. This car was pretty stout at the time. If you were around 500 wheel horsepower, you were doing good at that time. So here I think is the best race out of all of them. And I would pull on him on the top end for sure. I always had terrible tires. Never got good tires on that car. I suffered with just bad tires. I don't know why I did that. Had BF Goodrich, I think, comp TAs. This is my buddy's Evo 8. Me with no boost controller turned on. Probably was about 350 horsepower, the Evo. Not to the wheels, just I think straight up. Alright, so let's take a look at another one here. That was all I queued up, but alright, so this is actually a really good one. This is Tracy from Speed Fab, which is now closed. This is his Turbo Hayabusa on low boost and me. This is a banger.
When we were a motorized bicycle company,
Right after the ad, we'll take a look at this. So this is a guy who did a lot of work on my car back in the day. This is Tracy from Speed Fab. I think he works at Stage 6 now. I don't know. I saw him on there the other day. But yeah, let's see what this is about.
The power of dreams.
Dang. You got shocks, pegs, lucky.
Nice Busa.
You ever take it off any sweet jumps?
You can barely see what's happening in this, but he just absolutely walks me. All you can really see is lights. And goodbye. It literally is just a bunch of blocks. You can't see anything. But that's him walking on me. Man, 170. Absolutely no chance of taking this.
You got like 3 feet of air that time.
Yeah, that's cool. Alright, I think we have time for one more. Let's see. Volkswagens can cheat emissions, but they can't cheat and beat a 800 horsepower Supra. Let's see what this is about. We're going to go past all this because there's bound to be profanity in it. Okay, so let's go back to this so we can just see. Alright. Yep, so we were racing a GTI with upgraded turbos, fuel system, and the stock block at 22 pounds. And I had cams, 67mm turbo, and 850cc injector. Let's see. So this is me on low boost. Can barely make out a Volkswagen there, huh? Obviously, that thing was no match for the Supra back in the day. Even though the video is horrible and you can't see anything. It really was bad in the beginning, honestly, even though this is a copy of a copy. And I think that's going to do it for part 2. Those are some interesting videos. I hope you enjoy watching them as much as I do. And then we're done with this. We'll reflect on my Kings of the Street video, which is actually really good. But guys, thanks so much for watching Supercar Street Racing. We will see you in the next one.